Jay. Unapologetic Jay. Unapologetic Jay. Home with the Twin Desert Eagles with Mark 2.5. Uh, twice as nice. Twice as nice. Twice as nice in half the time. You know what I'm saying? Two half in a gram. Two half in a two half. Twice as nice in half the time. Mark 2.5, host of the Real World Jake podcast show, with your host Full Circle Jake, and we're talking about God complex. And I remember that I used to have a major God complex from like probably starting from like 19 to like I don't know 28. So we're gonna talk about it, man. The trials and tribulations, and the stories, and you know what I'm saying. We're gonna get to it, but you know we always get the vibe going, the music going. Real World J podcast show. We call this the walk. I call it the walking music, and that's what we do. Real World J podcast show. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Once again, this song. You know we had to do it again, right?
We had to do it again, boy. I want you to sing to these ladies, man.
Yeah, so I'm up first. Let's get it. Baby, how you doing? Hope that you're fine. Wanna know what you got in mind tonight. Got me feeling like shoulda see, girl, I can't leave you alone. Take a shot of this here Patron, and it's gonna be on. VIP then got way too crowded. I'm about to end up calling it a night. You should holler at your girl, tell her you're shaking the scene.
For God is my life.
Pull off beep beep shotgun in the GT with me. She said, oh, I'm ready to ride.
Facts.
I was like,
I got
yeah.
proof.
Cause once you get inside, you can't change your mind. Don't
See?
mean the
That's that God
salvation,
complex.
but you gotta promise, baby. Oh, tell me again. Tell me again, my baby. Oh, I gotta know, baby. Oh, yeah. Tell me again. Make sure you're right. Oh, before we leave. Oh, it's a good look, baby.
Really good look, baby. Look here. Sometimes wanna be your lover.
I just heard you
Sometimes
on
wanna
your
be your
podcast
friend.
earlier.
Sometimes wanna hug you. Hold hands, slow dance while the
I was,
record's
I
spin.
just
Opened up your heart cause you said I made you feel so comfortable. Used to play back then, now you all grown up like Rudy Huxtable. I could be your bug, you could beat me up. Play fight in the dark, then we both make up. I do anything just to feel your bug. Why you got me so messed up? I don't know, but you gotta stop tripping.
I was just going.
Be a good girl now, turn around and get these whips. You know you like it like that. You don't have to fight back. Here's a pillow fight, okay? And I'll be setting separate plays. So on all these separate days, your legs can go their separate ways.
Good, you know what I'm saying? Do good, father.
Tell me again, my baby.
Shout out to karaoke, go.
Oh, it's a good look, baby. Tell me again. Tell me over and over and over again. Make sure you're right before you
I spent on you for a long
complex.
time.
Shawty,
But fucking never crossed my mind.
shawty,
But tonight I seen some in you
shawty,
that made me wanna get with you. You
shawty,
ain't been nothing but a friend to me. And
shawty,
a nigga never ever drink with me. Up
shawty,
in here kissing, hugging, squeezing, touching.
shawty,
Up in the bathtub, rubber dubbing.
shawty,
Are you sure you wanna go this route?
shawty,
Let a nigga know before I pull it out.
shawty,
I would never ever cross the line.
shawty.
Shawty, let me hit you. Tell me one more time.
You guys gonna lie
One
on
more
me.
time.
Tell me again. Tell me again, my baby. Oh, it's a good look, baby. Tell me again. Make sure you're right. Oh, before we leave. Tell me, oh.
Please tell your lovers and friends that Usher, John, and Luda had to do it again.
He lied.
Please tell your lovers and friends that Usher, John, and Luda had to do it again. That's right. Yeah. Please tell your lovers and friends that Usher, John, and Luda had to do it again.
Twitter.com/OG Tasmania.
Man, that she will say. If she wouldn't, she wouldn't be with me. That's back in the day on you. You know what I'm saying? I remember like you know, like I was saying at the beginning of the show, like I had a guy, you know what I'm saying? And I think, you know what I'm saying, I think everybody has a God complex. It's about how you use it. You know what I'm saying? If you, cause you can use it for good, you use it for bad. I most definitely use mine for bad. Like if you walk, like I say, like one of the definitions of having a God complex is walking around here in this world and not fearing no consequences. You break the rules, you don't follow the rules. Especially the thing, you know what I'm saying? Like it's rules and regulations, and you know what I'm saying, and ins and outs to, you know what I'm saying, to every game that you play. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? In every aspect of life, like love, work, you know what I'm saying, career, you know what I'm saying, like you know what I'm saying, peace, you know what I'm saying, religion, you know what I'm saying, there's boundaries, and there are things that you know, whatever, to do to maintain, yeah. And so, because especially, you know what I'm saying, especially you can really fall into that because you feel like that you're doing it all, but you're not doing it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not doing it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's when, you know what I'm saying, God come in, and you know what I'm saying, and, you know what I'm saying, that's when you stop giving him the glory and start giving yourself the glory. That's one of the reasons I have a God complex. And then, you know, me, I had a God complex and I knew it. And so I used it, you know what I'm saying, I used it for my, you know, I most definitely used it to, for my, you know, for my advantage, to make other people have, you know what I'm saying, for my advantage. So if you have all the advantage, then the person you're dealing with has the disadvantage. And that's, you know what I'm saying, that's what you strived on. And that's what you worked on. And that's how you got what you wanted. You wanted to do what you wanted to do because they, you know what I'm saying, you had them. You had them in a cobra clutch, you know what I'm saying, of emotions, or, you know what I'm saying, or whatever you want to call it. So my God complex was that I used to play on people's feelings, to play on emotions. So you play on people's emotions, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, they get to go wherever you need them to go, wherever you want them to go. It's horrible. But you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, like I said, it was between 19 and 28. You know what I'm saying? And it put me like in a lot of situations too. You know, like in a lot of bad situations too. I remember the worst situation that I got into, you know what I'm saying, that kind of made me realize, like, man, you know what, God saved you. I'm playing God, but God saved me. It's when a woman tried to poison my food because she was mad at me because of the argument we had the day before. Because, you know what I'm saying, I was over our house, you know what I'm saying, I came over our house at 2 o'clock. So what are we doing? Like, this is what we do. Like I always come over there like about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and still, you know what I'm saying, gotta be work at 8. You know, sometimes I do that like twice a week or something like that. She was one of my regulars. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna be without. That was the time. You know what I'm saying? That was the time. You know what I'm saying? That was the time. You know, the time period. You know, period piece. You know what I'm saying? Time period piece in my life. You know what I'm saying? So, period piece. You know what I'm saying? We're going back at time like Outlander. You know what I'm saying? We're doing Outlander right now. You know what I'm saying? Like this episode, I really should call this episode Outlander. If anybody not familiar with the show Outlander, if you know Outlander, you probably laughing right now, like, cause this is gonna. And then when you listen to the show, you be like, damn, you know what? He wasn't lying. We're gonna go back forth, but it all gonna make sense. I remember the worst thing, like I said, she poisoned my food. She put raid in my food. she was raiding my mashed potatoes because like, it's like I said, because of the argument we had before. Because like I said, I came up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, so my routine was 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been doing for like 6 months. Like, you know what I'm saying? So shoot, that's what we do. The girl see, she come, whatever, she worked or whatever. Whatever case may be, if I was like 2 in the morning, she probably had a different, whatever. I don't care. What am I playing? You know what I'm saying? What problem? Well, I don't care. Like one more problem. So I'm like, okay, cool. I smash on her. And then, you know what I'm saying, I'm laying in bed, I'm about to go, you know what I'm saying? I go to the bathroom, wipe my whipping off, you know what I'm saying? I'm you know what I'm saying, call me the traveling man. Like, that's the mindset I had. Like, I used to tell myself that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of the women, you know what I'm saying, had men, you know what I'm saying, had men. And I was like, man, because I was like, why are you worried about, like, what I'm going on? And you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, and you worry about me kissing and hugging you, but you gotta, you know what I'm saying, but you got a man at home that loves you. So I don't need you all in mine. I thought that was real. So, you know what I'm saying? That's true. I believe that. You know, I heard that from a song. I was like, man, that's so true. Real. Facts. Put it in, you know what I'm saying? Put it in my standards. You know what I'm saying? Put it in my, you know what I'm saying? Put it in my repertoire. Whereas bad, you know what I'm saying? Adding bad, you know what I'm saying? Negative, you know what I'm saying? Negative tendencies, you know what I'm saying? No God in that at all, but you know what I'm saying? But myself. Woo! No God in it but myself. You know what I'm saying? Praising myself, making myself look better. You know what I'm saying? Do what I gotta do. So I smash on it, and then I'm like I said, I'm going to the bathroom. I'm wiping, like I said, I'm wiping my weapon off. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot up. You know what I'm saying? We'll go back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Get a towel, shit. You know what I'm saying? Take a whole bath. Even though I'm going back into the house. And sometimes, but sometimes I used to go like to someone else's house too. So it was kind of like my routine. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I used to do. I'm like, shoot, you got that. You know what I'm saying? You already know. Shout out to Nicole, Ed. Shout out to Mercy Ann. Shout out to Mo Joe. Shout out to Jeremy Watkins. Shout out to brother Proctor. I didn't say that wrong. Sorry, brother. You know what I'm saying? And, shout out to Mercy Ann. I actually listened to your podcast. I actually went to your page and listened to your podcast. And you're, I think you're on like what you say, the 17th chapter of your book. And it was about. I know it's a side note, but still, I like to. I appreciate people, you know what I'm saying, who listen. So I'm trying to go back to the people who you know what I'm saying, who show me love. So I'm gonna show love. That's the definition of one of the definitions of like what I do is kind of like, man, you know, you show love, man. You know what I'm saying? If you show love, people show love back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's positive energy in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, so we do this for a reason. We do this to help people, not, you know what I'm saying, not for ourselves. And so, but go back to what I was saying. It's like you were talking about, and so you made me understand the reason what you do, because you said you was like, your book is about the things to do while you single. Doing the things while you know, like this is a single person, but you know what I'm saying, this is the like, you know, like how to you know, basically how to do things, you know, to do other things, not trying to wait for somebody, you know what I'm saying, but you know, actually doing things to do other things, you know, so you can do other things to, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, and that was real cool, and I understood that, you know what I'm saying, that's brilliant. I just wanted to tell you, you know what I'm saying, keep doing what you're doing, it makes sense. Shout out to Mercy Ann. You know what I'm saying? But and like I said, if anybody want to be a guest on the Real World J podcast, all you gotta do is hit that button. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a show. This is our top podcast, top show. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like I tell people all the time, it's like, you know, it's a community. It's community talk to one another. You know what I'm saying? One person talking and everybody just listening. That, you know what I'm saying? That becomes a dictatorship. Everybody talking among each other. That's how you grow. You learn new things. You know what I'm saying? Closed mouth don't get fed. Old school saying, but it's real talk. And that goes to that just that goes to like every really form of fashion though. You know what I'm saying? A lot. You know what I'm saying? But back to the story, I was like, okay, cool. See that the guy complex. We gotta get back to the. I gotta finish it because I gotta let y'all know what happened. You know the reason why I got raided my food. You know what I'm saying? It's that because in the day, there's always a story. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause at the end of the day, how did they get there? If a person go there, how did they get there? Where's the story? How did they get there? Did they stab or is it a story? There gotta be something. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I love stories. I love people. Because people lives are more fascinating than TV. Jeez. But let's go. And then so I remember that I put my clothes back on, and then she was like, "So what we doing?" I was like, "What you mean what we doing?" I said, "I'm about to go." And this was about like 4:30. She was like, "You're not gonna stay the night?" I was like, "Do I ever stay the night?" I was like, I'm good. Like I don't, you know, so everything good, straight on me. I don't mind driving 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning and go home and whatever. Because I end of the day, I still gotta go to work. So I'm good. I have a goal. You know what I'm saying? I got a target. You know what I'm saying? I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get my little couple hours of sleep because I know I didn't do it the next day. I'm gonna do whatever I need. I'm gonna work, but then I'm gonna play hard. You know what I'm saying? No matter if I work hard and I play hard, nobody gotta say nothing to me. And nobody gotta say nothing to me. And anybody say something to me, they're the problem. Boy, that's ass backwards. Especially if you're hurting people. But so I was like, what we doing? I said, nothing. I'm gonna go. Like, why you spending the night? Why you gonna spend the night? Because I was like, cause I that's not what we do. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we do. She was like, what you mean? Like, you didn't think that it was gonna be something? This was how it was gonna be? I was like, yeah, because I was like, because how you start is how you finish with me. Oh. I chose the people in my life if I wanted them to grow in my life with me. Can't tell me that ain't God complex. But it's like not, but everybody like it was just like women. It was just like women. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like I decided, fuck how you feel. You know what I'm saying? So I remember she was like in the girl. I said, nah. I said at the end of the day, I said me and you won't be having any problems. You when we having any problem, when we be having this conversation. If you love me with your mind and not your heart. And you know what I'm saying? And everything be alright. That's what I do. That is horrible. That is so horrible to say to someone wants to care about you. You know? You acting like the boyfriend, you playing like the boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? You talking to her, you texting her, you know what I'm saying, with the rule, but you still come through when you come through, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm just keeping it wet. God complex. You know what I'm saying? Like that you thinking it's something else. It's one thing, you thinking it's something else. That's not my fault. That's not my fault that you thinking it's another thing. It is. It really is though, because if you gonna play it, they're gonna believe it. Especially if you're really good at playing at it, and you know exactly, and you know exactly what to do, because you know what type of, you know what I'm saying, because you know what type of women it is, because this, you know what I'm saying, because you know what type of man you are. You're a lover, you're a predator. Once the kill is gone, the thrill is gone. Woo! God complex. Yeah. Real talk. That guy the thing. So I love, you know what I'm saying? I said, love Jay with your mind and not your heart, and everything be alright. And she was like, alright then. You know, okay. My bad, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I you know what I'm saying? I threw it out of bounds. She was like, you know what I'm saying? You come over. You know what? You ain't doing nothing on Friday. You don't do no Friday. So I was like, nah. I I really don't. And that was before I started adding things, other things to my life. You know what I'm saying? And that makes sense when I say that. So I went over there. I was like, she don't even know, like, you know what I'm saying? I lived in roaches and ratchets, you know what I'm saying? The roaches and rats, you know what I'm saying? I lived in a project, had my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what Ray smelled like, you know what I'm saying? We had 2 cans, you know what I'm saying? We had 2 cans, you know, you could find one, you got up. You know what I'm saying? I know what Ray smelled like. I know the fragrances and everything, you know what I'm saying? Different kinds, you know what I'm saying? I remember just the hardcore from when it first came out, hardcore. From I'm 40, so. And then when it was saturated. Yeah, I smelled that. You try to poison me? I manipulated her. You know what I'm saying? I played her. You know what I'm saying? I did this and this and that. Everything she's saying is true. But I can't say that. I can. I didn't. Because, you know, I had to say what I say, and I had to do what I had to do, and I had to be around, get what I wanted. Just filling in the holes in my day. God come flag. Real Roy J podcast show. Let's go. I love it. I used to love it. See, you know what I mean? Like, cause even the God complex is like, I'm like my old trophies. It's like, man, this is the time I used to, man. These are the times that I'm most happiest. Like sometimes I'm like, these are the times I'm most happiest when I go back. When I go back to the past. And you know what I'm saying? Going back to the past is bad. Even for somebody that's my guy complex, cause you be like, man, I don't know if I can do it again. I see why, you know what I'm saying? Cause I understand why I don't. Like, think about it, how much y'all think I do, because that would be the direction I'd be going. You know what I'm saying? I just do it every now and then, just be like, man, you know what I'm saying? You're the man. You're the man. You know what I'm saying? Some theme music. You know what I'm saying? Part of, you know what I'm saying? You got the theme music, and then you got the, you know what I'm saying? You got the visual in the background. That's what it is. That's what it is for me sometimes. I'll be true. Shout out to 12 listeners listening to wisdom. Shout out to Kevin, the critic. Shout out to Cecilia Grace. Shout out to Steve. Shout out to Mr. 2 Extra. I like that. Shout out to Cole Brown. Mr. Mojo. Jeremy Watkins. Appreciate y'all. It's Kobe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I remember, and then, so I remember I flipped the table, and man, she was saying I was listening to this and that. I was listening to this and that, but everything she said was true. Well, I wasn't gonna tell her that because I was mad because you poisoned me. You tried to commit attempted murder because you was caught up. You know what I'm saying? You was caught up in so much emotion. Yeah, I created that. But dang, but it's something you create, something you can die from. It can blow up. And that's exactly what it did. It woke me up. But what it did, the God bless me, it woke me up to just not date women like the women I was trying to target at the time. Like, I had certain type of women I was trying to target. I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave them alone because that's where it goes to. See, and that's not the learning. That's not the lesson and the learning that I'm supposed to get from that. See, straight guy complex. That was not what I'm supposed to receive from that at all. That was not what I was supposed to receive from there at all. So, and I know that. That makes sense. I know that now. just like, so it made me go for a different type of woman. And I said myself a better woman. Women who don't got time for that, that has a lot to lose if they, if they had that in them, or if they condone in that, in that type of way. You know what I'm saying? Some people have some, so that's what, having things will control, will control, not control you, but will make you mindful of how you do and what you do. And what you do and how you say it and what you say. That's supposed to. It's called accountability. You put things in your life to hold you accountability. You ain't even talked about, if you work for somebody, you ain't talked about crazy if you got a mortgage. You don't walk in there with an attitude every day. Somebody paying you. Give them what they want. And when you know what I'm saying? And when you clock out. You know what I'm saying? You do what you do. But I remember, and then I remember I was talking. So then I remember I went to the strip club one day, and then I remember I ended up talking to a stripper. But I knew I'm not like me being in love with anything like that. I was just talking to her, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew what she triple. So in my mind, my guy complex, like she a triple. So this is it. She's just a, you know what I'm saying? She's just a, you know what I'm saying? She's just a bump buddy. You know what I'm saying? That's all she is. You go no farther with that. Anybody who does that, I always have to check the story. There's no good stories. There's not a lot of good stories when you come from that. You know what I'm saying? When you do that. But whatever. People change, people grow. I'm just saying what I'm saying. You have more, but you'll have more horror stories than good stories about dating stripper. Or I would say trying to date a stripper, because you ain't dating. So I ain't dating. I was just, you know what I'm saying? Boom. She was fine. I was fine. God, cop up. And then she put me on to this agency. This agency. She put me onto the agency that they employ like men and women. You know what I'm saying? Of course, men and women. For this agency, like this independent contractor agency was like it was an agency. I'm not ashamed to say it. I guess I don't know a bit better. It was this agency that employed people. It was specific. They only employed people, you know what I'm saying, like to like their specialty their specialty was ingraining people in other people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Just like if a couple needed a spark, or they just wanted you know what I'm saying, like a black guy, like just for example, like a white guy, like a white couple wanted a black guy. You know what I'm saying? She wanted they want a black guy to have sex with the wife, you know what I'm saying, or whatever case may be, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever, or a black couple may want a black guy, or a white guy, you know what I'm saying, like they employ all kind of nationalities, you know what I'm saying, to service the service that was serving, you know what I mean, and so I didn't know, so I'm like 24, and I'm getting. So basically I got introduced to this community called Chokehold. So I didn't even know what it. I never heard of it. I mean, never seen it, never watched it on. Like I never heard of it on something you don't know until you walk into it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already just like, so that was the job. You know what I'm saying? So that was a job. You know what I'm saying? That was a job. And I did that for like about 5 years. So I had two jobs. I had two jobs. That's my part-time job, and then during that 5 years, I was going to school full time. So my days were full. My nights were full too. Yeah. And so I did that for like 5 years. Like I was like so I used to go on like stay vacations, you know what I'm saying, hotels, You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Go to the house, but they always had like, but it was an agency. You know what I'm saying? So they always had like a like a guard. You know what I'm saying? Like I always came with someone. You know what I'm saying? But they stood outside, make sure everything was straight. You know what I'm saying? Walk around, make sure everything's straight. So it was real professional. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You pay what you pay for. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. So that was a guy compliment because I felt so much like, and I'm smashed. I'm use the word smash, but me, I'm having sex with another man's whacking me over there, sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Leading out to, you know what I'm saying? Like having sex with herself, like, and I'm just like corner of my eye, but for real, I'm looking at her, I'm just like. And she's just doing, saying, whatever, and her dream, this is a life dream come true. Like, I'm part of her, I was part of her dream, and she'll never forget me. I'm a God confidence, like, man, they always remember the first one. I mean, they do, but, man, you don't take that to the next level. See, there's a story behind it. And I'm a showsman, so I'm putting on a show, so I'm getting requested all the time. I make it to, you know what I'm saying? I make it to bull status. God complex. Who's stopping me? Who's watching me? Tell the truth in the booth. Tell the truth in the booth. Difficulties. You know what I'm saying? Tell the truth in the booth. You know, so, you know, with that being said, it's like, yeah. And then living, you know what I'm saying, living in this world, walking around this world, preferring no consequences, breaking all the rules. You know what I'm saying? Even, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even gravitational laws. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody had different worlds. In my world, I was the hottest. I wanted the hottest thing. So it's like, man, I can't be stopped. I don't got time for emotion. You know what I'm saying? That's like the Walking Dead. You know what I'm saying? Cause, you know what I'm saying? Because I do believe this. You know what I'm saying? Like, living with love is not really living. You just exist. Shout out to everybody listening. Shout out to Keep On Swords. Appreciate you always listening, coming through. Shout out to Skyler, Twill Gear. Shout out to Twice and Daewoo. You know, Mark always good with these names. Even though I'm bad with the names. Shout out. Thank you for following me. I really appreciate you. Keep On the Swords. Really appreciate you. Much love. Much love. I wish I can do. I can't do the class on here. I can do class on other. You know, you do class on other. You can't do the class on here. I will do class, but I got class on here. Take a decking off. Thank you. Yeah. So you know, it's like, and then you turn. And then after God complex, you turn it to, and then you turn to savage mode. You turn to a savage. I was a savage, and then it turned to savage mode. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up, you know what I'm saying, being in savage mode, just not giving a care, like going and walking in the building, knowing that you the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that she's just one good guy. I'm just waiting for her to realize it. See, you ready to read? You ready? You know what I'm saying? Someone, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, God complex. I was a true manipulator. You know what I'm saying? I remember one lady that I was talking to. She told me she told me I was a devil reject. I'm like, dang, that's the worst thing somebody ever called me. Something a devil reject. I said, dang, that's cold. I'll never say no stuff like that. That was my comment. Stupid. But nah, I really appreciate y'all for joining the show. Just wanted to bring something to you Sunday night. Sunday night, you know, I said y'all can follow us. You can download us. So you can download us on YouTube Live. We're on YouTube Live right now. You can see us visually. You can see me visually on YouTube Live. Every episode is uploaded to YouTube Live. You know what I'm saying? At every show, go to Apple Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Speaker. You know what I'm saying? Dizzler. You know what I'm saying? Google Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Podcaster. You know what I'm saying? Podacid. You know what I'm saying? We are on all major platforms. You type in your favorite rapper. You can type in the Real World J Podcast Show. Type in the Real World J Podcast Show. We are on season 7, episode 4. Yes. And we talk about. You listen to the show, you know we talk about everything. Cause we want everything dead to grow. Cause that's how we grow. If we stop planting seeds in toxic soil, sometimes we gotta start from the bottom. Sometimes we gotta, you know what I'm saying, put the mulch in, and you know what I'm saying, and dig the ground and dig holes, whatever, so we can plant our seeds. So we plant our seeds so we can grow. If you don't do it, nobody's gonna do it for you. When you start working, then people start helping. If you don't care, nobody else will. I promise you that. And you wonder why people don't care because you don't care. Why nobody helping you? Because you ain't helping yourself. I always remember that. Take that God complex out. Take that stuff out of you, because if you don't see yourself, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, if you don't see yourself, then, you know what I'm saying, if you don't see yourself, then it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to work. If everybody see it and you don't see it, then it's not going to move. When people stop talking to you, they stop. They're tired of telling you the same thing that you're doing over and over again, and you're expecting a different result. Like, you know, people get tired of a guy that you complain about every single day, but you have to get rid of. But that make that make sense? A woman that you're talking to every single day, but you know what I'm saying, that you love, you know what I'm saying, but you complain about every single day. That ain't somebody you should be with. That's somebody you should waste your time with. When you rather talk to someone and tell them lemon stories about, you know what I'm saying, about your significant other instead of about her story, it's horrible. When you do that, you know what I'm saying, people smile and giggle. And they say, I'm glad that's not my life. I'm glad my dude not like that. That's exactly what they say. And you should be saying the same thing. And if you're not doing it, then that means then y'all doing something wrong, or you doing something wrong, or you holding on to something. Because at the end of the day, don't ever take, man, this is one of the dumbest things people say. Man, you know, but we got history. So you're holding on to bad history? History is history. History, you learn from it. You know what I'm saying? Or you let it destroy for me because you didn't pay attention to it. Man, it's like, make it make sense. Sometimes you gotta look from afar to see things clear. You gotta look things from afar to see things clear. Cause then, you know, if you see things from afar, see things clear, then you see like, oh, okay, this right here, I need to pay more attention to. Okay, this right here is really meant. Okay, I know this right here, this is rotten, I need to take out. You know, this right here, this is the reason why everything is messed up. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing that, man, if I take this away, this will, you know, so this will get better, this will heal, and you know what I'm saying, this will grow. You know what I'm saying? And that thing may be the important, and that thing in your mind must be the most probably the most important thing in your life, and it may be that your significant other. Your significant other if your significant other is getting in the way of everything that is supposed to be growing in your life, you got, you know what I'm saying? You gotta let that go. 'Cause it's not worth it. Everything stays the same and everything die. But you remember, if you got kids and you got family, you got dreams out, you know what I'm saying? You got goals and you got aspirations, and if one person is holding you back, who the problem? Is him holding you back, or you letting him hold you back? Real World J Podcast Show, let's go. Shout out to Samantha Round. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just real talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to tell you on that one. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Y'all can download us. Every major platform, just type in the Real World J Podcast Show. Love y'all. Out.